Hi everyone, it's time for another daily outlook. So Bitcoin, we discussed it yesterday. We discussed the overall bullishness that is present in this market in the form of daily accumulation that went into some trending movement, into new local accumulation, into new trending movement, into classical reaccumulation here, and then confirmation of this bullish pattern, because this is a bullish pattern, and then new impulse correction impulses, and new impulse which we are having now, and which is becoming more and more overextended with each day. By the way, this not a sign to trade it short, because we expect the shortness will be very weak and not tradable. But yesterday what we had is this latest 1 hour shift on 1 hour structural shift, and then tap into the zone and creation of this impulse and correction. And so we discussed that there was a possibility, if we start to break, that we will take out these highs and continue to the new moves and to new highs, local highs. However, as I said previously, with every new break, the possibility of another clean movement like this is becoming less and less like high and probable, and it's more likely that this impulse will just create a choppiness here in the market for some kind of a reset. Ideally, we will have from here a reset like this, or ideally like this, because after this kind of reset, new movements to the upside will be more reliable and easily tradable. So I would say what I said before, this move, this whole move, this one, came from this accumulation. So good possibilities for entries were like here, after the market showed its bullishness and showed the chain of demand, and I don't know, maybe here and here. But now it's like becoming more and more late, and what we need to do here is just to manage positions if we had ones here, or maybe like here, you know, after this bigger pullback. But now it's like it's a bit too late, and we just need a reset time. Now US30 and so on. So my main idea was that market does not will not want to hold here in these zones, because they are all mitigated, and this impulse started to slow down. So my main idea is that the market still wants to go to the zone, which it does not need to do. But based on the recent price action with this bigger impulse straight into the zone, and now starting to build up this long price action in the form of fractal breaks and in the form of a chain of demand. And the problem here is that the price action is loose and not clear. So it's not clear like we had I don't know, before, you know, just before. So it's just wiki, candles are small, moves are small, and the market starts to spend too much time inside this impulse. So my main expectation now is that we want to continue to distribute here, to create this local distribution, and then go eventually for a deeper reset into this zone. Because as well, on 4 hours we already created several cycles. So what I expect now is something like this. So something like this with a move into the zone. And of course it will not happen today or tomorrow, but yeah, main idea is that the market becomes not that clear to trade. With that said, of course, even today, if you're someone who wants to trade, who can trade like not so clear movements, you had this indication of up movement, then very weak price action that starts to hold here with these fractal breaks, and then creates this impulse correction and this tightness, and then breaks it. So yes, it has the possibility to go here, but I don't think even if we will have a break, that we will have like a good clear break. So yeah, same goes for other indices. Yeah, German 30 just yeah, it just started to, when it created this bigger pullback and then started to hold itself with these moves. It is now much more clear than US 100 in my opinion, and I definitely missed this move. So this was a possible setup, but depends on your stop loss. You could be stopped out here or here, so it's a pretty big move. And then you have this move, but for me it's a bit not protected, you know. I don't have protection here, so yeah, I mean, it's definitely bullish. It's definitely going to close here probably and continue, but now it's late. So entry possibilities for this move were here and here. Now we just expect either a bit more up and then choppy, or whatsoever. Yeah, now it's just too light to enter. Bitcoin we discussed. Gold we discussed, like it's bearish with this impulse, but now we need either sometime here or deeper pullback and then bearishness. But overall it's also not that clear. JPY pairs still holding its bullishness, so this bullish range, so we still expect it to go here, but okay, so let's continue. Sorry. JPY pair still holding its bullishness, but they lost a bit their clarity after this disruptive move, you know. And now, but now also it confirmed this small demand zone. So for example, on a pair like DJPY, there is this setup like this one, but again it's a bit loose. So we have impulse and correction, but this correction is loose and like not clear. But if it will go above it, it will probably go for this high. Otherwise we just expect choppiness and just going around. GJ on the other hand became more bearish after some news today on GU, on GPP, and it seems like we are just losing this zone, and yeah, we are extending to the downside. So with that said, this range is still holding, but any longs now will be just not suicide, but very, very risky, because it can absorb the zone or it can spend some time here. So good areas for entry would be here after buildups. For the shorts, I mean, aggressive shorts, of course, are possible, because now we created this foundation, but it will be a bit out of context. So an example of a short, aggressive short, is something like this. EJ, same thing. So need some time. Again, UJ, we discussed bullishness. So I don't know, probably it's Monday, so bullishness happened. Now we are in the pullback, so we can either go to here or we can go to here. Very aggressive traders that do not require too much confluence can trade lower time frames with this foundation of bearish price action. It's pretty stable, it's going to the downside, but again, for me, this one is extended right now. And yeah, it's just this market has a lot of bullish potential, so it's best to wait. KGPY remains wiki as yesterday, so we discussed it like wiki and flat bound, and it stays the same. So stays the same for CJ, so we discussed it. It's just trapped inside this box and it continues to be there. And the DGPY same as EU. GU and EU, we discussed bearishness. Bearishness still holding, not the clearest market, definitely. So we have this huge move, choppiness, and then huge move, choppiness. What we ideally want to see in a tradable markets is like a move, then a pullback, and then a build up, that will allow us to have some setups. But when you have a move and then something like this and a move like real fast and with no preparation, it's almost impossible to enter. So as you can see, it's like the setups are not there, and these moves are wiki like all over the place. Yeah, hard markets to trade. Same goes for EU, NZD, USD. So just trapped here with overall bearish pressure from here, but it can now spend like even a week in this kind of price action. GA, we discussed that it created this good move to the upside, but at the same time it's like beautiful, but a bit internal overextended and not reliable. And basically this is what is happening. We are starting to lose this low now, and I definitely expect some deeper reaccumulation here. And by the way, we have 8 consecutive shifts to the upside on 4 hours, and this is an indication that we want at least to have one break to the downside. And if it will happen, that means that we are breaking this chain, and probably usually it means that the market does not want to hold here and it wants to go all the way down here. Again, aggressive traders can trade this bearish foundation, I guess, if you have your rules there. USD we discussed overextension and the need for pullback, but again, pay attention, and this is the case with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin produces kind of this kind of moves, and many traders on TradingView are now trying to predict like we will have a big pullback, but usually these pullbacks are not happening, because you see, even in the most overextended, basically most overextended point after the impulse, the correction was not happening fast at all, and even then it liquidated this one, and even after this the fall is not fast. It is it is breaking with coming back to entry points, so taking out at break even, for example, and then just going slowly and in a choppy manner to the downside. USD CAD same, Euro GBP, I don't know. I'm just keeping this pair to show what is unclear markets. AUD/NZD, so we discussed that we have this bearishness, we created this impulse, and yesterday we said maybe we'll have a pullback and then possible move to the downside or just move to the downside. The market decided to go for this pullback, and now we have 1 hour impulse and correction, which is and this zone is not holding at the moment. However, if we will have additional moves and build-ups, it's possible to try at least once or twice to enter here. If it will fail, then it means more chop, and this market will become really bearish, probably with the break of this or just before the break of this. So these are some places for setups. Still very bearish due to all the price action discussed previously. That's all. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye.